and I have the absolute pleasure of being your host. And I'm so glad you joined me on my brand new TheLadyBossTV1 channel. And oh, do we have a show in store for you today. So ladies and the men who love us, grab your favorite cup of joe, sit way back, just like I'm doing, and relax and enjoy the hour with me. We are in for a real treat today. I have been waiting for this lady to come into my studio to make some great foods and to share it with you, of course, the recipe. I have none other than YouTube food sensation Mary Maestre.
Hello.
Welcome, Mary. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
So the reason why I'm so excited is because I've been talking to you for a while,
yes.
And I know now that you have this great new food channel and you have your own show.
Yes.
And the show is
Tropical North Caribbean Cuisine.
Tropical North Caribbean. It kind of makes me think of home. Was that the whole idea?
Yes.
Home, living in Canada.
That's right.
Is that the whole thought about it?
Because I mean, like we all, like so many of us live outside, but want to keep our traditions and everything. So this is a good way of doing it. And like when we put it out there, all the different things that we do and we can make, it's helping our community. Right?
Yes. When you say keeping our traditions, it's so funny that you say that because we also have, like our kids.
That's right.
Right? So we grew up with the traditions, quote unquote.
Yes.
So now that you're able to kind of cook and keep the traditions of, like today, for example, you cater.
Yes.
And you cater. What did you say to me when you showed me the beautiful spread?
Oh yes, this morning I had to do a catering job for it's an all fours group, which is and it was a traditional Sunday lunch.
And what is a traditional Trini lunch?
On a Sunday we usually go out and we do things like callaloo, macaroni pie, stewed chicken, plantain, cuckoo, all kinds of stuff. Cuckoo. That's made with cornmeal.
Okay.
And then for the dessert we did coconut sweetbread and chocolate cake and all of that too.
When I'm talking to you, I remember some of the things my mom used to do on Sunday. It didn't pass down very well. My kids are not enjoying the same kind of Sunday traditions that I had, but I remember she used to get up in the morning. We'd have our traditional breakfast, which is dumpling and ackee and saltfish. And then she'd right after start grating the coconut, because now you can buy all that stuff, right? It's so much easier.
You know what? I am very grateful for all the modern ways.
My mom would be grating, and then she'd squeeze it out, and she'd grate it. But you know what? There was nothing like. But to be honest, now even now when we buy it, like the butter, when I do it, and then she put the peas on. It would take forever to make.
Right.
We just buy the red peas. Everything's so simple, right?
You know what? I must admit. Yes, I remember even when we made the callaloo long ago. You get the dasheen bush, and we used to have to peel that.
Oh my gosh.
And when you finish peeling it, all your hands are black.
Yes.
Right. And so we had a lot of traditions like that. But now, you just go buy the frozen spinach, the frozen okras, and you just throw them in the pot with all, of course, your own little secret recipes and all the little things in it. And you get it just as good and in so much, a shorter space of time. So I just think that's so much nicer now.
And actually, those are some good tips that we're giving out right now.
Of course.
You know what I mean? So how did this food channel come to be? Like, how did you create this beautiful food channel with all these great recipes that you're giving to everybody?
Yeah. Well, I always loved cooking. My mom, she always cooked. People loved my mother's food. And even before, we also catered from way back in Trinidad. So when I came up here, I did that on the side, little catering here and there.
When you say cater, like, was it like big weddings and?
No, I did more like private jobs and stuff like that. And
private jobs like for me?
Sure.
I'm just gonna love you.
Sure, one day we will do that.
It's good.
And then, so as you know, we met when I was working with in the healthcare industry, and I've worked in that industry for quite a while. And after I left it for a bit, I decided it was time for me to do something that I really enjoyed. And I think because of my love for the cooking and sharing my passion, I decided to open a cafe. So this cafe I ran it for over 4 years.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was in a medical center. So it was a cafe, but it also had food. So I did lunches and breakfast, lunch.
So it was breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or was it just...
No, I finished like about 3, 4 o'clock.
Oh, that's smart. So you could go home with family and still have your afternoon.
Yes.
That's smart.
So now it was in a traditional, let's say it was near Greek town.
Okay.
So, we had lots of different ethnicities, right? So, but I tried my own, my own taste, and, so I did things like macaroni pie, shepherd's pie, lasagna.
Shepherd pie is my son's favorite one.
Really?
Yes, he loves it. So,
lasagna.
I need to get that recipe.
Oh, okay.
I could be a famous mom at home. Popular mom at home.
And of course the usual, like I did fried fish and fried bake, roast bacon, salt fish, and all kinds of stuff I did, fish cakes. So you're giving them flavors of home during the lunch hour and breakfast time. That's right. I'm sure it went over very well. You know what? People came by all the time. They loved my cooking. What I think they totally enjoyed was it was home cooked food. So especially if they're having like a bad day at work, like the boss is maybe getting on their nerve. That's comfort food, so for so many. That's right. Mac and cheese, all these things. So it was real comfort food. Yes. And I think they totally enjoyed it. Even some of my baking stuff. Today I'm going to be helping and showing you a recipe. You're in for a treat, like I told you. Banana bread. That was another thing I made that people loved, and they would always be asking, when are you making the banana bread again? So I made, sweet bread cakes, all kinds of stuff there. And but of course, always adding a little bit of my own touch. A little bit of your love to it. Because really and truly, they say that what makes a dish extra special is when you put love in it. When you put your heart in there, and it's not just those dry ingredients, but there's something extra that you do to show that love. You know what I mean? And I'll attest to that because my dear son will tell me sometimes, he says, Mom, this is not up to mark. You're not cooking with any love today. And he tells me that, so he's that bad, but he's ready. So you're right. One of the secret recipes is love. So he knows to behave himself that way. Maybe he did something that didn't make Mom happy, right? Oh my gosh. Yes, but so the cooking, the cafe was something I really enjoyed. Did the catering on the side and so on. But I recently sold it, and so now I'm just doing the catering on the side. So is that how the food channel kind of came in? The food channel, yes. You wanted to kind of keep that whole thing going. Yes. So again, a lot of the customers even asked for recipes, right? So some of my customers, at first I was like, no, this is my secret recipe. Yeah. But then I started thinking about it. They love it, and what's better than to share? Yeah. And not only that, even though this is a tangent example. I'm just gonna show you like I had this personal trainer that he would give when you have a personal trainer, they would get a program for you. Right. So some of my friends would say, oh, I want to use him, but I can't afford him, so they maybe have 1 or 2 with him, and then he'd give them their program, and I say, why are you giving them the program? They're gonna do it. And he goes, they can have the program, but there's no way they're gonna deliver it like how I deliver it. Right. So even though they have the program, right? They end up having to come back to him anyway. So he's right. So same thing with the recipe. That's a good point, because even though I started putting some of the my recipes out there on the channel, they still came in and they bought everything, as you rightly said. It's my own flair, my own touch. But the good thing is now I can express myself through the channel and share it basically with the world, so everybody can. What are the 3 things that they like? What are your 3 most requested recipes, or the 3 things that they really enjoy? My lasagna. Strangely enough, now my heritage goes back when my great-grandfather was Italian.
Wow.
So I always make a joke and said, hey, that's the Italian side of me.
Yes, it is, but
no, but
mixed with a little bit of Caribbean.
All the Caribbean in there.
Oh my God.
But my lasagna was always like a big hit. And
so was it passed down? Are these recipes passed down from generations, or are these something that you created in the kitchen and then? So here's the thing with my mom and our family, we don't write anything down. My aunt made the best black cake, of heaven rest her soul. We don't know how to make the black cake because the recipe, we watch her do it and she put a pinch here, pinch there, then she tasted, okay, that's good.
Eat a little more of this.
Yes.
But you know what, you're right. And that is exactly how it was long ago. With my mother, for instance, if I said, Mommy, how do you make sauce? Okay, let's go make it. You think I can ask, give me a recipe? No, she throws this, throws that.
She'll pinch here, pinch there, and then stir it up. And then they say, okay, no any more salt. Like, how much salt did you put in to begin with?
And that's exactly it. So that is exactly it. So the thing is, we still do that, but because now I'm trying to tweak it to the channel, I have to kind of write it down. So it's a funny thing because Melissa helps me sometimes with the channel.
So she's lucky now because she'll have the recipes now.
She'll have the recipe. Tell her she doesn't like to cook.
So we just got to get that part of it, and then we're good. Got to work on that part.
So what we'll do is, if I average, let's say I'm doing this, then she'll write it down. So that's how we're kind of coming up with the actual. But the recipes, one or two were from, passed on.
Yes.
But a lot of them are my own.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, because I love experimenting.
So lasagna, is that your own?
My own, yes.
Wow.
Yeah, so I do it my way, and everything, certain things are my way.
So what is it that makes it extra special? Without giving too much away.
No, but I think the way I season the meat. A lot of people don't season the meat much, because I find with the lasagna they tend to just a little pinch of salt and pepper, and then just stir it
because they think it's in the cheese that's in the sauce.
But I season the meat, and you know how the Caribbean people are when they're seasoning meat. We season our meat.
That's
So I think that adds that extra flavor to it. So I think that.
Wow.
So the lasagna is one. The second thing that they really loved, and every Friday, I made it once or twice, and they hooked me onto it, where they said I had to do it every single Friday, was Fish Friday.
Okay. Wow.
So so I made fried fish and fried bake. And one day I'm gonna make that and bring it for you too.
Don't have to say that twice.
So fried fish and fried bake.
I'll even give you the key.
And I used to make my own tartar sauce, my own homemade tartar sauce for it. And to be honest, they loved it. And if I was closing on a Friday, I said, guys, I'm not in tomorrow. They expected me to do it on the Thursday.
Wow.
And I would even get real bad comments. You better be making that tomorrow. I'm like, wow. So they were like really angry if I didn't do it.
Wow. No. You know what? I really have to taste this now.
Yeah. I think you'd enjoy it.
Well,
and I think what it is.
I don't think.
And the whole thing is, again, it's in the seasoning of the fish.
Wow.
Because you know what? A friend of mine came up from Trinidad, and back home we have this bacon fish, or shark and bake, or bacon shark as they call it, and it's a traditional thing in Trinidad. Now I made mine once when a friend came to Toronto, and they tried it, and they were like, "Oh my God, this is so much nicer." I'm like, "Really?" Wow. And you know what it was? They didn't season theirs as much because in Trinidad, there's so many different toppings that you can add to it. So they fry the fish and they give you the bake, and you could put all kinds of different sauces and this and that on it.
You know what I'm hearing from you? You could actually probably sell your seasoning. Because I just gave you an idea. Honestly, because you're telling me that it's really in the season.
It's in the seasoning.
And those are some special sauces and surprises in there, right?
But again, I throw this and I throw that. You know how we do. And as you're writing, you taste it, a little more of this. And that's what we do, right?
Yeah.
So, but I think that's...
So the lasagna, the
fried fish and bake, and my banana bread.
Banana bread, which
you're going to be trying just now.
And she's going to be giving us the recipe. So,
yes.
We can put our own love and see if we come up with the same Mary's banana bread.
Sure.
You know, the funny thing is, I said a lot of people have banana bread recipes, but when I was preparing for the show and I was telling people about the show, I said, you may have a banana bread recipe, but you don't have Mary's banana bread recipe, you know? Because I'm sure once they, you know, even like the smell. I wish you guys could just smell what's coming from the kitchen right now. It would just blow you away, you know?
And, you know, it's different. Even for the banana, for this recipe, I use mayo or salad dressing.
Wow. Okay. So and when we go in there,
like, I'll explain all of that. So it's a little different.
You have to stay tuned to find out why she uses mayonnaise.
Yes.
Wow, that is different. And I saw white stuff in there, and I didn't even think to ask you what it was. I thought it was liquid sugar. And I don't think you can have liquid sugar that creamy, right? It would not look that creamy. Wow. Yeah. So tell me something in terms of transitioning. First of all, do they miss you at the cafe?
Oh yes, I still get customers phoning me and asking me for my granny pies.
Wow.
Now that one was my mom used to make it, and I took over the recipe, tweaked it again to make it a little more suited to here, and people loved it.
Wow.
So yeah, they do miss that. I even have customers calling me and ordering it and stuff.
What? And that's the thing about like when I hear you talking right now, I hear the passion. Like I see the love that you have for cooking.
Yes.
And all these years of knowing you, I didn't know that you were such a great cook. So this is like a bonus for me. But how is it that you transition? Like how was that transitioning from, you know, being in the home care business and marketing so well, by the way, you did that so well.
Thank you.
And then, you know, having your own cafe. Like how was the transition? Like it seems to me that you're fearless. Like you're not afraid to try things. And maybe you can kind of share that with people so that if they're sitting on the fence or, you know, giving them some kind of inspiration like of your story. Like how was it transitioning, you know?
Yeah. Well, transitioning wasn't too difficult because, as I said, my love for cooking was always there.
I could see it.
And so, yes, I did the marketing, promotions, and all of that for the healthcare industry, which was really enjoyable. But I just felt like I was in that field for, I would say, more than 10 years. And after a while, it just felt like...
You're just kind of going through the motion.
Yeah, and I just felt like it was time for a change. You know, and I needed to do something different, and I needed to do something for me. And I think this was something for me. So when I found that little place, and I figured, yeah, it's nice, it's manageable, and I can do this.
So you're fearless then, because some people would look at this and say, oh my God, it's manageable, but how am I going to get people to come in? How am I going to get the money to do the So you just said, I'm just going to do it.
Yeah. So I bought the place, the cafe, and I decided, you know what? I gotta try it.
Wow.
And yeah, you know, sometimes you gotta go out there, make that step and say, I'm gonna try this. And you know, it may work, it may not, but the thing is,
nothing tried.
Exactly. At least I don't want to look back later on in life and say, you know, boy,
what if I?
Yeah, I never wanted to do that. I always felt like I want to be able to say, I tried this. It worked. It worked for a period of time or whatever. But never to sit down and say, oh gosh, boy, you know, when I'm getting old, you know. So the thing is, I believe in life, you need to get out there. I have so many things I want to do. As you know, like my passion also is for events. I love putting on events and, you know, like things like that. And we're going to be doing some stuff together as well. And so in addition to the transition from moving from the healthcare field into this, it was easy. It was a pretty easy transition for me. And now being on my own, you know, as an independent consultant and catering and everything, nowadays
you're just in your domain now.
Yeah, you know, now it's
you feel free.
That's right.
Yeah,
you know, like with the other place, it kind of locked you down, and which was nice for a period of time. But then I realized I'm the type of person I just want.
Yes. No, it's so true. And you know, it's funny because Andrew was talking the other day, my husband, was talking to me, and he was somebody, one of the clients he was seeing, came in, and he's an entrepreneur. And he came from the corporate world, and you know, he said to Andrew, Andrew said, how's it going? He goes, man, being an entrepreneur, there's hills
up and down, yeah.
Up and down and all around. But he said, I would not want to go back to the corporate world. I wouldn't want it any other way, because, and you said, when you're traveling on the go, I bet you were miserable you're going into the environment where you don't really feel like you have any kind of real say, and you have all of the politics of the corporate world that you have to contend with. So even though the entrepreneur was like this, he said he wouldn't want it any other way because he feels so free. You know what I mean?
I totally agree with you, because I remember when I moved into the cafe, that was something I experienced, because I said to somebody, wow, I went from wearing suits and heels and having my nails done and my hair done and dressing up and going out. Dressing up and going out to putting on an apron, a hairnet, sweeping, mopping, doing everything, because it's your own place.
But it felt so free.
Yes, it was. It was freedom, and I enjoyed it, and it was mine. I didn't care what I had to do, but the thing is, you did what you enjoyed, and basically that's what I think the whole thing is. Life is about. Now, especially as we're getting older, I start realizing.
Who's getting older? No one told me I was getting older. Okay, all right. Yes, you have a point.
But don't you feel now that it's not more about the money or the position or people seeing you a certain way? It's more about enjoying life. It's more about you having, feeling good. Don't you?
You're preaching to the choir. It's so you just get to a point in life where you just say, you know what, I'm just gonna do it, and see what happens. I'm not that you're not concerned about what people think, but you're gonna say, if I don't try this, if I don't do this, I will never know. And there's that freedom, and also you want your kids to kind of see that you're going after your goals and your aspirations, and if you fall, and we will fall. It's how we get ourselves back up and brush ourselves back off, you know? Yes. There was this guy, I happened to cover an event, the Think and Grow, I think it's Think and Grow Rich Institute.
Okay.
It's a whole book, but the Think and Grow Rich, it's not about, and this was an aha moment when I was told, with SNAP, I also the publisher for SNAP, and I go out and cover all these great events. So I'm covering the event, and I'm there, and the guy says, what does success mean? And everyone's put up their hand, is reaching to your goal and climb. And someone put up their hand, and they said, success is when you reach your gains without stepping on the rights of others. And I was like, what? You gotta write that. And then he also said that the schools don't teach you, because the reason why I bring this up is because when we're doing our thing and we're gonna fail or we're gonna fall, the schools don't teach you how to get back up. Mm-hmm. They just teach you about how to get a job, but they don't tell you that you're gonna fall in life. And so when we can live and do what we're doing, and that our kids can kind of go see us do it, it makes them that much more confident, and knowing that if they have falls or whatever, they're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because as you rightly say, all through life, not only in jobs but life, you have all the ups and downs. And the thing is, I believe, for me, one is, like I always tell my kids, God has to be the center of your life. And I believe in that. But then the thing is, you need to be able to get up, pick yourself up, and try again. And you know what? The thing is, yes, we fall, and yes, we make mistakes, but that's life, right? And the thing is, if you can have a passion or do different things that you enjoy, why not? Yeah. Like I was talking to my son the other day, and he was talking about out there in life, like now the way the society is, we need to have so many different, as we were talking, streams of income. Yes. So, they call it so many different side hustles.
That's what that's what
young people call it. You have to have different side hustles. Okay,
I'm gonna go home and tell my
I know. So I said to my
side hustle coming.
So I said, we gotta have a side hustle. He just started laughing, right? But the thing is, you need to have all these different streams of income. And what better is, okay, you have your main job, great. But nothing is secure anymore. Yeah. Nothing is where you can say, oh, I have this job and I'm going to take it right through to retirement, because those days are gone.
Unfortunately.
Exactly. So now you have, whether it's you're doing your food channel, or you better do your events, or you're doing your paper, and you have all these different things, because there are times one or two will be slower, but at least you have forms of income. And it's enjoyment.
Yes, you took it right out of my mouth.
You're having fun, right?
Yes. Now, what does your kids think of you, and what do they think about their mom, like going on the food channel and doing all of that, like,
they're excited for me. They help me. They even help promote it, which is great. Melissa, my daughter, she is the producer.
Wow.
So she did
Keeping it in the family.
So she did the production and stuff in school. So she helps me with the
so she took it in school.
Yes.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
Was that by accident that
No, she did that on her own. Communications, media, and film. So when I decided I wanted to do this, I said, I need your help.
And she's like, okay, Mom, I'm here.
Well, she helps me, which is great. But because, I am depending on her, I have to kind of work around her schedule.
Yes.
And you know how the young people are. So I try my best.
I do. I have two at home.
So you know what I'm talking about. But in all, she's an amazing young woman, and she goes out of her way to help me.
Wow.
And so with my son, he will help me, especially he's really good in the marketing stuff, and
and they're multi-talented too. I know your son sings.
Yeah, he sings
That's
soca.
his,
Yes. He sings soca and writes and everything too. So.
Yeah. And your daughter looks exactly like you. Oh my goodness. You have good kids,
I am blessed. I must say that. I've never had a problem, knock on wood, somewhere.
Oh my God.
I've never really had any problems with the kids. I pray for them every day. I said, you know what? God guide them through life, make them, make right decisions. And yes, they, we all make mistakes, we all fall, whatever. Yeah. But they know no matter what, I'm there for them.
Yeah. Mama's love is there's nothing like a mama's love.
No,
right?
for sure.
Yeah, there's nothing like it. So I think that we should, speaking about mama's love, we should go into that kitchen and do that banana bread that everybody loves. And we're going to talk about a couple of tips I know that we're going to add and give. And also we're going to find out why you put mayonnaise.
Okay.
Why you put mayonnaise into your banana bread.
Okay.
And the taste is in, what is it? The proof is in the taste. So I'm going to taste it and I'm going to let you guys know.
So I'll let her be the judge.
Yes. Only too happy to judge. So, I know right now you're probably running low on your cup of joe, so go fill up. The next time you see us, we're going to be in the kitchen, and we're going to be making one of Mary's favorite recipes, banana bread. Okay, and welcome back to the Lady Boss Show. I'm Janise, as you know, and I'm here with Mary, and we are in the kitchen. Right now we're about to make banana bread. Mary's actually going to show us how she makes her very popular banana bread. So she's going to put me to work. So I'm going to let you take it away, and I'm going to be your helper. Okay, now be kind to me. Everyone who knows me knows that I like the restaurant type of cooking. So be nice to me. Here we go.
Okay, so what I do is try and prepare all the ingredients in advance, so you have everything at hand. And I think in that way, things will go smoothly and more efficiently. So
that makes sense.
So I'm using mayo in my my banana bread instead of using the traditional butter and too much of eggs. This way I'm only using one egg and mayo. So this is
so the mayo helps to cut down on the egg?
Yes, because there's egg in this.
So people will think mayo, how good can it taste with mayo? Like, does it take away from the flavor of the banana bread?
It adds flavor.
It adds flavor, right?
Yes. So,
and how did you come up with this? Did you stumble in on this by accident?
Well, you know what? Long ago, I found a recipe online once, and they replaced, or even sometimes we put mayo in cake.
They do?
Yes. So have you ever tried putting mayo, add a little extra mayo in cake? It tastes really good.
Hey.
Yeah, so these are a few little tips.
So you know what, now you forced me to bake a cake. Gosh darn that diet. I'm going to try it though, I'm going to try it.
So we're going to do one egg, so okay. Just going to get...
I'm going to crack an egg?
Yes, you're going to get the egg.
Oh gosh, just crack it here?
Crack it, put it in here.
I did not go well. But hey.
There we go.
I think I'll just stick to taking pictures. Alright. There we go. But hey, there's no shell in there, so that's good.
That's very
good.
That's
very good. That's clean.
Okay, so.
Alright. We'll just put this here for now.
Right. So we're gonna just, there we go.
Now, do you use a
whisk?
Yeah.
No, I just use, you can use a spoon or I use like a spatula or anything. Just, you know, just blend
just
it in.
breaking it up.
Yeah, just to blend it in.
Okay.
And with that, I'm going to put my sugar. Now, you don't have to use a lot of sugar. Now, you know, to try and cut down, I know everybody nowadays, they're watching their weight and everything. Yep. So what we try to do is, with the mayo, I use either low fat or even, you know, there's the olive oil mayo.
Really?
Yes. So you can use something where it's a little healthier. And instead of white sugar, I use brown sugar.
And again, it doesn't take away from the, you know, obviously it's your favorite. It's your favorite house, so you gotta be doing something right.
So yeah, so you know, that's the main.
Because she just, man, you could tell she's been in this kitchen once or twice.
So here you go, you're just blending this.
Let me see if I got that. Let me try that. See, I don't got that style. I got that, I'm in a hurry. I gotta be, this is where the love comes in, eh? You gotta nurse it.
And then what you're doing is, you may find lumps from the brown sugar, and then, so you just do it in on the side, and that would sort of, you know, dissolve it. Yeah.
It looks pretty already, eh? That nice golden look to it. I like that.
So now we're going to put, this is 1.5 cups of flour, and you will be getting the recipe online as well.
Yeah, so you don't have to write this down. Just watch. Watch and learn. You know what, whenever I have guests over, and I guess I want them to think that I didn't cater, I put a little bit on my cheek. Oh, I was slaving in the kitchen. But I won't do that now. See, I'm giving away my secrets too, but they're not very good. They make me look a little bit pathetic, actually. Okay, so now, this is, because it's bread, it's a little bit more, it's not as, it has a little bit more of, what you call it?
It's a bit firmer now.
Yeah, firmer.
Right, because of the flour, the amount of flour and stuff. So we're going to be adding some bananas to this. Now, this is like 3 medium ripe bananas.
And when you say ripe, you mean like black, but like,
you know how they get dark on the outside?
Yeah.
No, not rotten. But
almost though.
And those are actually very sweet. Yeah. So I'm gonna have you crush those.
Oh, I have to crush. Okay.
Yes. And I
see, this is good because you could take out some of your frustration.
and yes, there you go.
Yes. This is for not remembering Valentine's Day. No, I'm just kidding. Kind of. No. Yeah, this is actually very therapeutic, isn't it?
So while I am doing this, then we are going to be adding a bit of salt.
Now, were you the one, like, I know that you told me you have 8 brothers and sisters, right?
Well, 8
in total. So were you the one that got the cooking bug, or did everybody in your family?
You know what my mom did when we were growing up? We have 5 boys. My mother decided that all the boys in particular will learn to cook.
I like that.
And she said, so
are they all married now?
But one.
Okay.
And she said, that way, no woman will make style on her.
That's so smart.
But she made sure all the boys can cook. And all of us...
I think that's why Andrew knows how to cook, because he cooks now too. Right.
And all of us can cook. And I think it's because long ago, the parents sort of made sure that the children could cook. Both my children as well could cook.
That's true, you know. Yeah, I think about it. My father used to cook all the time. Yeah. It was not like, it was just something that we did,
you know, we grew up with. Yeah. This is baking soda.
So is this good enough, or you want me to crush it some more?
Crush it some more.
Okay, sure.
Baking soda.
This is easy to do this.
And some cinnamon.
You crush it until it's almost like pure,
yes. Yeah.
So what was that you just put in there?
Cinnamon. Salt, baking soda. Now this is optional. You can put walnuts if you like. What I like.
And if somebody has an allergic thing, that's when you
so you wouldn't put and then raisins. Now I love raisins and walnut. I know, I love that too. So now this, as you see, the texture is quite stiff, and that is because we need some moisture.
Isn't that something? All those ingredients are now
all in there, yes. And you need the extra moisture, which we will be getting from the bananas.
Have I done it?
Yes,
have I done you proud?
Excellent job.
And look, no spill.
Yes. So there we go.
And do you do like a fold when you put it, or it doesn't matter how you stir it?
Well, you can mix for now.
Just mix it in?
Yeah.
Like even this, I've never seen it.
Spatula?
Yeah.
So you can use a spoon as well if you find that's a bit too, is it too difficult?
Let's see, you have it down to a science. This is me trying to get reacquainted with the kitchen again. So
while Janise is doing that, I will butter the.
See that?
Yeah. So we get our baking pan, so it'll make one
It
loaf.
smells good.
With all the cinnamon and everything. And I like to add a little drop of vanilla as well to it too.
I imagine your kids love to. That looks like white rum. You sure that's not white rum? I mean, I'm not going to complain.
Vanilla essence.
Mm-hmm. That's what we'll call it for the TV people, right?
Yes.
I'm smelling it. Wow, it's good though. It's really. So do your kids get to? I guess they get to fight over who licks the bowl when you put everything in.
Yeah, you know how kids are.
I remember when my mom used
cake.
Yes.
Gosh.
When my mom used to bake,
Mm-hmm.
I would always want to pour it in, and I would purposely leave a lot so we could.
And then
you know, because this, when you scrape this, you basically have nothing left, right?
Yes, yes. And that's the good thing about using a spatula, right?
See, all of that, so I would tell my mom, Mom, I'll do it. So now, see how that is.
Now the thing is, you see, when you get all your ingredients together and you put it out in there like that, look at it. Putting it together was what, less than 5 minutes?
It's so true.
You know, it really doesn't take a long time.
So that's how you get out of the kitchen, when you have everything nicely organized.
Yes.
And I know you were talking about the other tip would be about the frozen. We talked about that.
Yeah. So frozen stuff. I mean, like, of course, fresh is always better. You know, so fresh fruit, fresh everything. But I just find in certain things it's so much quicker and easier when we can just, you know, open the spinach and, you know, and throw it in. Like if you're making like spinach and rice, you know, use the frozen spinach.
Yeah.
It's so much easier.
Yeah, but I also find, especially in this busy world, a lot of times when you buy the fresh, and you're right, fresh is always better, but sometimes if you don't use it quick enough, it spoils.
Yeah.
So when you have it frozen, it lasts a lot longer, saves you more time in getting those same vegetables that spoil, and you had good intentions, right? So yeah.
And this is it. And now we just put it into our baking pan.
So can I also take this and bake it and have another one for another time? That looks so good. That was quick. Is it? Are you normally this quick?
No, that's about the time it
Wow.
takes. It really, well, as I said, it's just me getting your ingredients together.
Look at that. That is so nice. Oops. And then also too, I just like the way it looks.
You can just drizzle some walnuts or put it away. Or walnuts or extra raisins on top or whatever.
And how long
you like.
would you put this in to be?
It takes a while. So this could be like an hour or a little more depending. But I like it, wait until it's nice and brown. You stick the center to make sure it's all finished, that it comes out clean. And this,
the finished product coming to you,
is what the finished
Wow.
would look like.
That's beautiful.
We're gonna have Janise sample it, hopefully.
Oh, if I have to. This is the fun part.
Of course, and then we'll have.
And look how that looks,
try.
eh? Wow, that looks really good. Okay, so I'm just gonna. Now you have to try.
I'll try.
I can't eat alone, and I'm gonna take my favorite part. Is always this part here.
The top?
Yeah, it's like, so whenever I have like anything, I always like eat this first and save the best part to last, you know?
Okay.
It's like when I know I'm crazy. I know I'm crazy, but hey, crazy's good. Okay, here it goes. I'll try to be, oh my gosh. Is that a word? That's really good. Like I said, first of all, it's not nice to talk with food in the mouth. as I said, everybody knows how to make banana bread, but the Mary banana bread, you got to try this. It's delicious. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're very welcome.
And thank you for my gift. You come every week. For real. This actually saves me some time in the kitchen because now I can use this as the recipe, as my dessert. I just might cook today just because then, you know, it will be all about home cooked meals today, and this will be the dessert for today.
Wonderful.
So I got my dessert for today. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
No, listen, it was worth the wait. It was worth the wait. And I hope you enjoyed today, our Lady Boss show. And please keep it tuned on TheLadyBossTV1 for more exciting shows, more great guests like Mary, and more inspirational words. Thank you and enjoy.